went to Spirit Temple as a child because I didn't have strength 2. I didn't. Oh, there we go.
Oh, can they
Okay.
hear us?
Yep. We have sound now. Yay. Hey,
Okay,
guys.
well,
Sorry about that.
hi, chat. Well, I mean, we were talking about the race as if it was happening anyway, so don't worry.
Some money in the crate. And Aero decides to pick it up.
He only had 10 rupees. He actually needed that for child fishing if he's going to do that, so.
Yeah, if
Kind
you're
of a
here,
lucky
you might
break
as
there.
you might as well go get it.
Cubs, meanwhile, actually is going straight for the owl. Not gonna check Gerdo Valley. Uh-oh. What is that in the water? Was that fire arrows? Yeah, it's fire arrows.
Come on, Spirit Key Logic.
Yeah, they could be useful. Probably won't be, but they could be. I saw the skull mask, and I think it either said Deku Shield or Stick. I don't know which one, but it's dead either way. Cubs getting himself an early skull, but yeah. So chat said you can hear us. Hi, welcome to the Scrubs tourney. Got a Group A match here between the number 1 seed from Group A, Aeroraiser, number 8 seed, Cubsrule21. Splits, would you like to tell them, since you're in the tournament, a little bit more about the Scrubs tourney and stuff like that, and the different setting changes?
Yeah, so hi everybody. So the Scrubs tournament is basically a spin-off from the main OoTR tournament, which is mostly focused on racers of all skill calibers, especially those that are developing their rando skills. And basically all of us just try to help each other and hopefully at one point get to be top 32 like Sea Falcon here at one of the main tournaments. So how the tournament was done, it was invitational, so 32 people were invited to play. We had 5 async qualifiers, and we divided the field into 4 groups of 8 people based on skill levels as to make it more interesting. And these are our top seed. So Arrow is the number 1 seed in the entire tournament, and Cubs won his number 8 seed placement on Saturday on a tiebreaker against SDG Sean. And yeah, so the difference between the settings from the Scrubs tournament and the normal season 3 tournament settings are 40 and 50 skulls are dead. Also 1500 horseback archery is dead. The trade sequence starts at claim check, which means that Bigorn goes from an always hint to a sometimes hint because you start a trade sequence. You start a claim check. And that also means that instead of the normal 5 sometime hints, we have 8 sometimes hints. And the always hints, we still have 30, we still have Skull Mask, we still have OOT, Frox 2, the 5 Way of the Hero locations, the 3 Foolish locations. So it's similar. Oh, and also Lens of Truth is required everywhere. So it may be required to do all the checks in bottom of the, well, most of the checks in bottom of the well, Shadow Temple, those invisible checks in Spirit Temple. So just to make it more accessible for all of our runners, especially those in the lower tier groups. So yeah, that's about it. And we got CL in ZL check.
Yeah, so First of all, thank you for the explanation of everything going on with the scrub tourney. I'm glad to be friends with a lot of the people here, and it's been a lot of fun to watch a lot of the players like grow and learn as this has gone along here. Quickly recapping the what we've seen in the seed the last couple minutes during that. So we saw potentially our market way of the hero, which was light arrows on Richard the dog. We saw the Bigoron sword on Child Fishing. I know we saw a Sacred Force meta way of the hero, and something I think about Frogs 2 being dead, and we also saw Nocturne and Ice Cavern. So a little bit of information for us, and of course, as you pointed out, it's the Vanilla ZL.
And Cubs playing with chickens early.
Yeah, and Arrow actually making an interesting play after the getting done with the lake. It looked like his time of day he wasn't actually going to be able to make it to the owl to get back to the castle. So he decided to go ahead and save quit because all that money he got out of Gerudo Valley is going to let him do Deku Tree, which will reset his time of day. So not a bad play to kind of help out with that if your time of day gets messed up. If you got the money, resetting the Deku is not a bad idea.
Yeah, because at the end, you're most likely going to do a Deku anyway, so at least this way you don't waste any time waiting for the bridge in market to lower. And Sunsung in opponent check.
Interesting. Well, Cubs will now no longer have to worry about his time of day. If, it gets close to nighttime or something, you're just going to have an issue with it, they can just play Sunsong and fix that. We get a hint there from Arrow going around the Deku tree that the icy water under the icy waters is a red rupee, so we won't need to worry about that.
The check that always makes fun of everybody, especially when you have to go to Ice Cavern. If Shadow is a medallion and you go early and you don't have the iron boots and no scale to check.
Oh. Pierre's got a boss key.
And we see Arrow not liking that hint.
Pierre's got a boss key. So if Fire Temple is required, you will need the hook shot and the Scarecrow in order to complete the dungeon. It's honestly great information. Like, to be told that ahead of time so you know.
There's always the possibility for our runners to know Pixel Shot. I don't know if Arrow or Cubs know how to do Pixel Shot. So it's most likely just let's go with the safe route and get Scarecrow Song before going Deep Fire.
Yeah. So, knowing that Pierre actually has a boss key, a little bit of a good thing early on that Arrow actually went to the lake then and got Pierre started. So he's got that halfway done, which that could be more of an advantage later if we don't get Serenade. And Cubs walked out of the ranch. Is he
He's gonna go.
Please tell me this is. Please tell me, is this chickens or is this Dompe because of Sunsong? Okay, that's what I was gonna say. This guy, this guy would rather forfeit than do chickens. So I was about to say. I
honestly think it's gonna be both at this point.
Okay, so both with Sunsong would be a great play here, as we find Din's Fire in Deku Tree.
And the previous check was a scale.
So we got and Arrow I think also got bomb shoes out of the first chest, so got a pack of explosives, a scale, and a Din's. That is a very nice start to Deku Tree. But yeah, as I was saying with Cubs, it would be a good idea for him to do both, but I know his dislike for chicken, so we'll see.
There's also the possibility to do chickens when you're going bottom of the well, if they ever decide to go there.
And unfortunately, Dante only digging up a bloopy, so... And another bloopy out of the Hylian Shield grave. And actually, this point in chat was made too, and it's worth mentioning. Well, let's see what's purple rupee on the target. Cubs actually has 0 sticks right now, which really stinks given in Nightcack, because he's not gonna be able to get the easy skulls there, which could really help if there's something on 10 or 20. Or even 30, which of course we haven't seen the hit yet for 30.
Yeah. He also can't do flame storage in Composer's Grave. Even having the L here, that would have been, if it had something, it would have been a
right. Not only can he not do flame storage, he quite literally can't even kill the key, so he can't even get the song right now. Which kind of stinks in this first trip going through his child.
And I think he forgot.
I hope he realized in a second he has nothing to kill. Okay.
There we go.
He did. Also, Deku Tree had another pack of bomb shoes in it for Arrow. Arrow has found the 10 pack and the 20 pack of chews. So that is 30 chews in less than 15 minutes in a seed. That is, he may not need a bomb bag in the seed.
Yeah, it's interesting that Deku Tree having so many explosives in general. It opens up quite the seed, even if it's out of logic. So it's going to be interesting to see what he decides to do. He can do early adult and do a bunch of checks now.
Yeah, there's so many things. Basically, when you get that many bomb shoes, you can say goodbye to logic in a seed, at least for a while.
And just like No Pandem Girl is saying, you don't need to be safe scumming, which takes some time.
Yeah, it does. That's the thing. It's important to be able to save. It's important to save scum when you have very few. But yes, the time it takes to do that can add up. So you'll just be able to, if Arrow, whatever kind of whatever boulder Arrow runs into, be one of the Lost Woods, or if he wants to go through Goron City, he can just throw the chews at it and not have to think too much about it. All right, let's see a one cycle from Arrow against Goma here. All right.
Hopefully we see a 2 cycle.
Yeah, he was a little too far away when he stunned Goma, so the first couple stabs he took with the stick didn't work. And Cub's also now getting that hint about Pierre having the boss key, and I could read his lips there. I won't. I know exactly what he said. So,
big question is fire a stone or a medallion?
Well, if it's anything like the Season 3 tournament, it's not only a stone, it's DLC. So maybe we don't have to worry about it, but. And vanilla heart container and Goma, that's really random. Alright, so they did start with a stone. I forgot to point that out. So, higher chance that this Deku Tree is a medallion, is it?
It is. The water medallion.
Alright, that's not bad. So now, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, Cubs getting the scale.
I will say for both of them, especially Arrow, because of the route. Sorry, was that hint water? Was that the Gilded Chest and Water had a small key, or was that River?
I couldn't.
I saw Water Temple and key in the second part blanked. Okay, being told it was a boss key chest. Thank you. It's a bit unfortunate too, especially for Arrow, the route he took at the beginning, that he didn't do Deku first, because one of the things you could do with that scale is dive into Zora's domain and do the domain in the river afterwards.
which is something that Cubs can do now.
Yeah, and Cubs has done. Cubs has done the first 2 songs of the 3-song route. So I wonder if he'll pop into the river and the domain via the Lost Woods after that.
And then he can also go to the lake and get started on Scarecrow just in case, because he already knows that it's a possibility that you'll need it for fire.
Yeah, and I imagine he probably will go ahead and do that because, you know, if you can get there with a scale, I wouldn't take the chance that that you're going to necessarily get Serenade in any given seed. And we have bottom of the well Way of the Hero.
Well, at least we know it's not going to be a trap.
It will not be a trap today. Yes, we know that there is actually something in the well that's worth our time. Of course, we do have ZL and we have some explosives, but that, of course, now we need to find Song of Storms.
And we still don't know what's on OOT, so that's always a possibility.
That's true. I wonder, though, we did get a Sacred Force meta Way of the Hero hint, so I wonder if one of the 2 songs there is Song of Storms, though, with that hint.
It most likely is, but I kind of want the worst case scenario.
Well, yeah, of course. See, I'm trying to use logic with the hints, but of course if AD happens because of Song of Storms, it's always hilarious.
At least you won't have, like, the ambiguity that you don't know if you actually need it. Like, sometimes it happens when OOT has Song of Storms. In this case, you know you'll need it. So I'm guessing that's different.
Yeah, and I don't know. Each player probably has their own, like, experience with Song of Storms and OOT. I feel like for me, when I played Seeds, it's been about 50-50 when it's on OOT if it's actually required, so that's usually my experience. So
if I get Song of Storms and OOT hint, I usually think it's AD. That I play as if it's AD because I've had bad experiences.
Yeah, that's fair. And sometimes the seeds can give you little hints along the way if you get, you know, some Way of the Hero item for a stone dungeon. And it doesn't seem to do anything else. And there's a bomb bag on Child Shooting Gallery. So, even more explosives. Alright, tell time it's Meta Way of the Hero, Well Way of the Hero again, the Icy Waters hint. Big pose of the Heart Container.
That's also another check that sometimes we just forget altogether. And because Market is Way of the Hero, that's like one less thing to worry about. Even if we already have the light arrows. And
I imagine when Market Way of the Hero, what Arrow's doing right now, he's probably going to farm some money and pop into Bomb Shoe Bowling. Because, always full clear Way of the Heroes. We may have seen a bomb bag, we may have seen light arrows already in the market, but who knows, there might be a third item.
Yeah, I think the first few races from the Season 3 brackets have taught us to always clear your Way of the Heroes.
Mm. So, Cubs getting finished with Deku Tree will get his water medallion.
And Era's gonna get the light arrows in a couple of seconds.
Yeah, so other than Arrow actually doing Arrow did Gerudo Valley and Lake Hylia, and Cubs skipped that and just kind of went more to the, I guess you would say Open Grotto to Owl is kind of the Season 3 meta at this point. I know a lot more runners have been doing it. But that's been kind of the main difference between the two routes so far. But I'm gonna be real interested to see what happens when one of them goes adult. What kind of stuff we might find. And there is a lens of truth in Bomb Shoe Bowling. Arrow's like, what the hell is this?
Yeah,
do I pick this up?
So Lens of Truth under this settings, they are quite useful because they unlock a bunch of checks.
So it's important to mention that because with that Way of the Hero, I don't know. Again, you can tell me from playing the seeds more. I'd venture there's a decent chance that there's a lens and magic probably available before that Way of the Hero somewhere.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So, and the lens, of course, is right here in Bombshell Bowling. So this lens is probably Way of the Hero. Of course, it's even scarier if it's actually Way of the Hero because the treasure chest game has something. I know that's where my mind usually goes with that item.
Yeah, so in this settings, it can be something as obscure as the light trial chest that is unlocked by killing all the enemies. But it can also be, like you said, bottom of the well. It can be one of the invisible checks in Spirit that has a key if Spirit is a medallion. It can be anything. So I think it was Alfalfa that said that because it's required everywhere, you have to take, I think, more risks in general based on what you think is following up the lens Way of the Hero, which you can get quite often in these settings.
Right.
And Arrow deciding to bomb the bombshell girl, and Cubs trying to kill.
Okay. This is how ridiculous we've gotten with explosives. Cubs is just chucking chews left and right at this Wolfo's, completely missing, and it doesn't matter.
It only took him 7 chews, but okay.
He didn't even... Did he even kill the Wolfos?
No.
I think he just opened the grotto. Oh, and we have a graveyard Way of the Hero. Although we know it wasn't Dompe digging, and it wasn't the shield grave, and it wasn't the TARDIS. So I wonder if that song and composer grave maybe might be it.
And there's magic. There you go.
Okay, that also might be the Sacred Force meta Way of the Hero. May not be a song. Alright. So I'd imagine then we know where all the logical pieces are. So I'd imagine that Way of the Hero is available pretty quickly then. Just gotta find storms.
I have a feeling it's gonna be right here on Cubs' side.
Yeah, this would be a pretty good place to find it. Although for Cubs, it'd probably feel bad because he's already been to he's already been to CAC once as a child. So to find storms, right now he'd be making a second trip there pretty shortly.
Yep.
Oh, no, it's Bolero.
Well, okay, so at least it's a good song to get the song chain when he goes adult. OT's Minuet.
Lovely. Graveyard Way of the Hero, sorry is anyone? I mean, I like it better when OOT's Minuet and then sorry is on Minuet, so you get the logical AD. Because then it just causes bait and hilarity everywhere. Oh, nice. Haunted Wasteland Foolish.
And wait for it, you're gonna get the sometimes hint too.
Alright, game. Now just tell us what items there. It's all you have to do. Oh god. I feel bad every time that hint comes up in a seed. I think that was that actually our first foolish hint too? I don't remember any others.
Yeah, that was the very first one. We have
that's a good one to start with.
Hero. Also, did Cups do the bomb checks in Lost Woods?
He did the he did the he did the one outside Goron City, but he skipped he actually skipped both.
Oh, Scrubs. He has no money. He has no money.
Yeah, he skipped both Scrubs, and I was gonna say I think it's because he didn't want to farm the money for them because he has 20 rupees. That's okay for the one underneath the boulder outside SFM because you can get that one as adult. The one under the bridge in Lost Woods though is only there as child, so hopefully that doesn't bite him. especially since I know he mentioned recently that in the seed he played, he didn't have money for, skipped it for like an hour and a half, and it had a hook shot, so...
Yeah, this is a restream. It's bound to have something.
Of course, yeah. Cubs buying himself a bean, though.
Interesting that he's only buying one bean. I'm guessing he wants the 20 rupees for the diving game?
Probably. I assume because he has a scale, that bean is for Lake Hylia?
Yes.
Or is it...
Most likely.
Or okay, because I know Bolero was in SFM, but I wouldn't be assuming Bolero's way of the hero, and you'd have to plant a bean to get something on top of the crater yet. Like, I personally would only do that if I saw what was up there first.
So I've actually planted a bean, not because of the crater check, but because you can actually access DMC with that with the plant, with the bean. So I've done that, but it's not a very common play. It's just one of those seeds that you don't get a hookshot for 2 hours.
Right, it helps. Right, if you don't have hookshot or hovers, you can't cross the bridge, so Bolero basically traps you on the other side without the bean in that scenario where you can only go into Fire Temple. So in certain situations like that, it can definitely be useful.
Jabu's foolish.
Alright, that'll be our one dungeon foolish for this seed. Not a terrible hint at all. Although we'll have to see if they end up needing to do Jabu in the seed.
Again, because it was hinted, most likely it's going to be required.
I did forget to mention too, we did see the 30 skull hint as a bloopy, so I wouldn't have to worry about that today.
Because we have more sometime hints in this settings, it's actually more likely to get the 20 hint as well. So maybe we'll see that, and our runners only need to get to 10. That's always nice.
Yeah. That wouldn't be too bad in these settings. And there's that Haunted Wasteland Foolish in again.
And let's see if it's gonna come bite Cubs in the ass. Well, it's a bottle. I don't know how I feel about it.
Center chest and GTG dead. It was 30 arrows. Cubs just got that hint. So won't have to worry about that. So I admit being a top 32 runner, when I see a bottle, I have a couple thoughts about it. The first one doesn't apply here because there's no 40 and 50 skulls, so bugs don't really matter as much for that.
And we also know the post is dead. So
right, but I think the second thought is we know Nocturne's an ice cavern. I don't mind having a couple bottles to go through ice cavern though. That might be nice for that if they need to.
Yeah, we all know that Shadow finds a way to get in the seed, regardless of its medallion or stone status.
Yeah, no pin anger also mentioned too. Bottles are also nice to have too in case you need to do, you're in a situation where it's convenient to do Fire Temple without a Goron tunic. Because you can then get a fairy and have some safety.
At least in this seed, they have access to the wallet, so it is in logic to buy it. In case they need it.
Yeah, thankfully in this seed, it probably won't be too big of a deal. Also, Arrow, those Skull kids over there apparently trying their hand at playing Song of Soaring from Majora's Mask. I'm surprised they didn't warp away afterwards, but... Yeah, I will say it's quite interesting watching a race about 33 minutes in, and, oh, there's a Big Poe in a bottle. Unfortunately, Big Poe's is dead.
But I'm pretty sure he's gonna take it just because
Yeah.
It is health because it has a container. I think it was. Oh, he gets sticks. He can actually do composer grave now.
Yeah, that stick up. Will never say no to a stick upgrade. As child for sure, really helps with resource management. And yeah, if only he'd gotten it before he went to graveyard the first time.
That's rando for you.
Yeah, but yeah, and what you're saying about the big Poe, yeah, he'll not only take the heart container, but again, just to empty and have the bottle available. Will be a nice thing.
Aero getting his bolero. I'm guessing at this point he's going adult.
Yeah. So this is the one thing that is a little bit like the three child song routes are definitely a strong start, for sure. The only thing that kind of stinks is if you don't get like Prelude or Serenade or Warp Song, you kind of have to Aero kind of have to walk back to the castle. To actually be able to go adult, which Aero might have to do here. Cubs, because he routed in the lake now, will probably just... I imagine he'll just take the owl there from here.
Yeah, I think that's why he left it until the end.
Yeah, that's the one advantage of, like, putting off the lake until the very end of your child one, if you're going to do it like this, because then you can, I don't know. For me, it always feels like it routes a little bit smoother into going adult if you don't get one of those songs. Still though, this has honestly been a really nice child one though.
It has been very full of items, which makes me interested to see what's on the Sphere Zero checks as adult. Especially the song In the Windmill. If that's Song of Storms, it's like feels bad. Man.
Oh, Aero finding a hook shot on the Scrubs and Lost Woods.
At least now, it's the one that Cubs is gonna be able to get as an adult. So
right now, the good news is if Cubs is heading that way as adult, and again with SFM Way of the Hero, I imagine he'll want to check the song on Minuet sooner rather than later. He'll pay, as long as he has the money, he'll pick up that hook shot on his way by. So I don't think that'll be too big of a deal.
And also, Cubs is going to be able to check lens minigame on Market Way of the Hero because he's gonna get his lens right here, hopefully. No.
He also.
Oh, he doesn't have the bomb bag.
Yeah, he didn't pick up the bomb bag. He just skipped Child Shooting Gallery too.
Cubs?
Cubs,
okay.
You just... I know you got lighters in market, but you just skipped everything else in a way the hero market you could have full cleared. I don't know about that.
Yeah. I want to say he forgot and not that he's taking a risk saying that they have nothing.
No,
and he's gonna do it in job too.
Now, is it a big deal that he skipped all that? Maybe in hindsight, maybe not. Because I mean, he's got a ton of bomb shoes, and the lens is great for like logic. But unless there's something directly on the chess minigame, it probably won't be that big of a deal.
Yeah, I know. I've talked to Cups about it, and basically his take on the lens required everywhere is that he assumes that the lens is either a Sphere 0 or a Sphere 1, so he doesn't have to worry about it. That is actually a very good song to get right now.
Yeah, go figure. There's first song you guys go adult. There's Serenade. So, oh yeah, he will happily take that as adult though, because now now that boss key that's on Pierre is no problem to set up.
Yeah, I was gonna
And-
say he also didn't check the medallions.
Yeah, he worked a little fast, and what we do need, Pierre, there's a fire temple.
Water, DC. We need Deku, Javu,
Baron Jabu, Forest.
and Forest. So Shadow is a stone, Spirit is
Stone Shadow, Stone Spirit.
Yeah, so Chad, what do you think is on Stone Shadow? We all know it's gotta have something.
Yeah, yeah, because we've already got our magic. We've already got Dins. We've already been told where Nocturne is. We've already got a few pieces to that puzzle. I see some predictions already in chat about that. I like all these answers. Mirsha will be horrifying, actually.
Oh, Silver's in Stone Shadow for something in Spirit.
Silvers, yeah. Yeah. For those who don't know, I think that'd be fitting though, because Cubs last night we rolled a seed, and the logic basically was there was an SFM way of the hero. There was a hammer in the well. There was Silver's halfway up Stone Fire to get Ruto's letter out of Stone Shadow. Or Stone Spirit, excuse me.
Oh my god, that sounds horrible.
And I followed it really well, but it sucked. Didn't mean it still sucked. So Cubs has got the well way of the hero, and of course he's going back now to hand in that big Poe and free up the bottle.
Maybe he just really wanted the container.
He's gonna give us our first look at adult CAC. Usually a good place to check for anything. So we'll see if something comes up here. Arrow, meanwhile, in the river, buying himself a couple beans. Actually buying 3 of them.
Yeah, I'm guessing he wants one for the Colossus just in case, and I think he hasn't checked TARDIS either, so
right. And then he might have bought the 3rd one because of the Bolero and SFM, with that being in a way of the hero place.
Maybe
not sure, because he does have the hook shot, so I can't imagine that was bought for the lake.
It would make sense.
I thought maybe he actually bought it for a second, he bought it for like Zora's River to go up it, travel up it faster. But with Bolero and the scale, he already has the fast way to Ice Cavern.
Maybe it was just muscle memory. It happens.
That's true. Maybe he just bought an extra bean, you know.
He has a lot of money. He just don't care.
Yeah.
And Cubs getting Rufio.
Alright. Do you have anything, Rufio? Nope. Just
a broken heart. Zora's River is foolish.
So that's our 3rd foolish, and also thanks game. We couldn't tell by both them already going through Zora's River and finding nothing.
Well, at least they don't have to go back for Frux 1. So I'm guessing that's something.
That is true, because we know they're going to find Song of Storms at some point in the seed, so at least that check's dead. And Arrow actually taking a look at, what was that up on the volcano? It looked like a bloopy.
I didn't see it, to be honest.
But, chat, did you see what Arrow saw up on top of the volcano there? He didn't plant the bean, so he must have thought it was nothing.
Honus song in the window. So that's a song I don't like to get early. To be honest. I'm like always mixed about a Pona song.
I absolutely love GTG. What I don't like is it opening up before I have a couple of items for it.
Yeah, like going to GTG, missing like a bow or missing a hook shot. Even it's a likely place to get them, don't get me wrong. But it feels awkward.
Yeah, I don't. I've usually made a strict rule with myself in GGD where I don't go there unless I have at least the bow or silver gauntlet, like
Okay.
one or the other. Unless I'm absolutely forced to, of course. I like to have one or the other, not necessarily both, but or like at least go in there maybe with Song of Time, if nothing else.
Yeah, I seem to recall a seed I played. I think it was a season 3 qualifier that I just postponed GTG for the longest time, and it had like my first logical bomb bag. It had a hook shot. I was like, oh god.
I remember. I actually do remember that seed. I played in that one. Um, I remember I actually had to go there because I ran out of chews. I got forced into finding a logic bomb bag there.
And you were like, yeah, worst case scenario, I'll just buy from the carpet salesman. I at one point thought of buying shoes from the carpet salesman.
I wish I would have had a wallet that seed.
I want to say I did, but I don't remember, to be honest. So
Graveyard Way the Hero. Strength upgrade in the Composer's Grave chest. Maybe?
Well, at least he went back for it.
Well, it ain't the song.
Yeah, it's definitely not the song. But at least it's a convenient song to get. Especially when you're child, and they will go child.
Yeah, and people asking Chad a good question. Era must have skipped the SFM grotto because he doesn't have magic. He was definitely there though. He got Bolero. I guess he'll pick that up as an adult, but
yeah, he didn't get it. That's weird.
I'm sure he'll pick the magic up as an adult, but he'll have to make a trip back there. Which I guess, in fairness, with Wellway the Hero, you probably will be back there at some point. So as long as the strength's not blocking Song of Storm somehow, it might be okay. But if that's like the only available strength and you need it, that might be an issue.
Yeah. Let's hope it doesn't come bite him in the ass.
Because he has Era has 2 sticks right now, so I guess he could do Flame Storage and Composer Grave. While he's there, he might do it. Well, actually, he might just bomb shoot the keys. Now I think about it, in there, he's got plenty of explosives.
Yeah, I think at this point, even I don't know if he's comfortable doing flame storage, but at this point, you have to try, at least, even if you fail.
Yeah. Arrow just blew up a Gossip Stone, and Dompe dropping a boomerang.
And a hook shot.
That's a vanilla hook shot.
That is a vanilla hook shot. So, I am fully expecting Graveyard to be Way of the Hero. Like a hint of Way of the Hero.
I thought we saw a Graveyard Way of the Hero.
We did?
Somewhere. I thought we did. Maybe I made that up, but I thought we saw Graveyard Way of the Hero somewhere.
Oh, we did? Okay, I didn't write it down.
In fact, I would not be surprised if it was hinted as Double Way of the Hero.
Well, with 3 items? Yeah.
Yeah. And two of them for sure, we know the hook shot is 100% required because we need a long shot for Water Temple, which we actually know how to get long shot in the seed already, and we also know we need Boomerang for Jabu.
And we need strength 1. We don't know if that's the only strength. Oh, 10
well,
skulls.
It's not.
Another strength.
It's not, because there's another strength on 10 skulls. My goodness.
So Silvers is really easily available.
Yeah.
So Spirit anyone?
Oh my god, I would so fall for it too. Doc asking what his Cubs skull game look like. I did not see how many he had. I imagine it's.
Yeah,
I would be close to 10.
We're gonna see when he gets the one on the vines. I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't see him doing the skull in the east side of DC here.
No, I'd imagine most players probably in the scrub turn, y'all probably don't, since you only need 30 maximum, don't mess with those skulls. Usually those are only collected in desperation in 40 or 50 seeds.
Yeah, that's fair.
And even then, they're sometimes avoided too because it just takes too long.
Yeah, I tend to go to that room if I have long shot because I can get both.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, long shot does make it easy because you don't even need the scarecrow to get that one. And there's our Frogs 2 hint, which we already knew was dead because it's Horus River, but either way, I can check that hint off the list. So, I gotta say, what I really like about the way the seeds played out so far is that, you know, Cubs did kind of a standard child one, and then when adult, Arrow's doing an extended child one. Honestly, both of them have gotten rewarded, though.
But I think at this point, what Arrow's doing is something of a risky play because usually you don't get rewarded for doing an long child one after 3 song round, but he has.
He has. And you know, he got enough skulls to get that 10 that strength off of 10, so that's really nice. And Cubs opening the eyes on Dodongo. I'm surprised he actually even did that from the floor, given that he's gonna full clear the dungeon anyway, but hey, it worked.
And I have never seen that setup in my life. There's a couple of setups to do the choose in the dragon, but I have never seen that one.
There are, and if I may throw myself as a top 32 player under the bus for a moment, I don't know how to do that at all, actually.
Well, I would suggest you learn it before your match on Saturday. You never know if it might come in handy.
I've watched several videos and tried them, and I can't get it to work. I don't know why. It's not that I haven't tried. I probably shouldn't be saying that if my opponent's listening, but
I'm pretty sure your opponent is in chat too.
It's hilarious. It's hilarious because I know the bomb shoot one at the end of Shadow, which supposedly is way harder. But Arrow going for the flame charge. Arrow put the stick away. I just put the. I was gonna say I would just, when he bonked the first time, I would just put the stick away because it wasn't gonna work.
Well, he has one more shot.
All right, yeah, no, give it another shot, Arrow. Like, if he can get this to work and get silver gauntlets, that's really nice, so...
And I didn't see how many skulls Cubs have, because I was watching Arrow.
Okay.
Come on, Arrow, you can do it. Cubs is at 5, okay.
5, okay.
There we go.
There we go, he got it. Alright, he's gonna get rewarded with strength 2 here.
He's like, I don't know what to...
He's like, wait a minute. Strength 2 already? What?
He's so confused.
Do I go Spirit Temple immediately upon coming adult is what he's thinking. No Requiem, obviously, but... might be wondering about that. Oh yeah, that is true. Arrow is gonna come across the long shot and opponent, so actually he's gonna have access to the desert pretty quickly.
At this point, I totally see the bow being in the silver's chest in GTG, like behind the silver block.
That's true, and
with everything that the seed is giving us.
And someone also brought up the the Hammer Rock chest in Goron City too is a possibility for why Strength 2 is available so early. That's another good one.
And walking to... Oh, there's Rudo's letter.
Wow, both of the items for Jabu available as adult. And very quickly, too. Very nice. Jabu, unfortunately, is barren, but it is a medallion, so we're gonna have to do that at some point, so...
And it does unlock 50% of lax. And sometimes if there's an item on lax, it's very trolly because... At least in my experience, usually the Foolish Dungeon is the one that unlocks lax. And you just postpone it for the longest time.
Mm-hmm.
And we see chickens, everybody.
Yeah,
Chickens.
I didn't really know what to... I didn't even really know what to say about that because it's such an early... Oh my god, there's a bow in DC too. Holy crap.
So this means the Cubs can actually full clear forest as well. Even if it's out of logic, because he doesn't have logical access to Sacred Forest Meadow as an adult.
Yeah, this is kind of
everything, and that bow is out of logic, and so is the Rudo's letter, at least for him, because he didn't pick up the bomb bag.
Yeah. So this is kind of crazy because of like the items and what we know already. But I believe like between the two runners, well, we still have that Wellway the hero. I think we're only missing 2 items left to define, which is Hammer and Iron Boots. I mean, obviously in Song of Storms, let's not.
Yeah, but at this point, like, Song of Storms is most likely going to be either in Minuet check or Colossus check, because at this point, you can get, with all the items that we know,
yeah,
you can get 2 Colossus by way of the Wasteland.
Yeah.
You have the magic, you have the Lens of Truth, and you have the logical access to Fortress, so...
Yeah, also, Alfalfa, I'm pretty sure I saw the Zorchinic off Hot Rod Goron earlier. At least I thought Arrow picked that up when he was in Child Goron City. I might have forgotten to mention it, but I'm pretty sure that Zorchinic was found. Also, what time of night is it? Is it 9 p.m.? Can we talk about the fact that Anju just gave Arrow double D?
It's better than condoms.
Also known as the Anju giving Arrow implant. Oh my goodness. Well, I guess that's not terrible, but anyway, alright, Arrow finally adult, by the way. 56 minutes.
At least this was one of those seeds that at least it paid off. Keep going as child. He got a bunch of items. Even if he could have gotten them as an adult, most of them.
Mm-hmm.
But at least he got rewarded on some sense. Oh, that's another bomb bag, I think. Yeah, it's another bomb bag. So everything Cubs has is now in logic.
Yeah, that's little does he know that is not the first bomb bag.
Yeah, Cubs getting bailed early on. Gold scale.
Well, maybe we don't need the iron boots. I know Cubs does gold scale water. I don't know about Arrow. I assume he does as well.
I want to say I've seen Arrow do gold scale water temple. Not sure though.
I would assume with a long shot that you might at least give it a try. Even if not, see if it works out. But that definitely makes things interesting. 'Cause, yeah, now we might not need the Iron Boots. All right, Doc, I got your message received. So hopefully he probably knows it then.
and if he doesn't, he's gonna.
If he doesn't, he might want to start running.
Yeah, I'm guessing he's gonna get like a crash course on that.
Yeah.
By Doc, especially with the fact that Doc made the video about it.
Gold Scale Water was actually one of like the first more advanced things that I learned, just because I thought it was ridiculously cool and interesting that you could actually do that. And I was like, man, I want to try this.
I think the first time I saw it, I want to say it was like Vegeta in season 2, one of his matches.
Mm-hmm.
He never found the Iron Boot, so he and Water was foolish, so all he had to do was like go in and go out. And I thought that was so cool. I was like, I have to learn that. And of course, I watched Doc's video, which was very helpful. So thank you, Doc.
Yeah, I'm probably no surprise. I think the very first person I saw, because I like started watching Ocarina Time Radio pretty much from its inception. I think Marco was the first person I saw do it. And through watching many others and kind of just observing, I just sort of picked up on it. I did have to watch some videos on how to do the dragon chest room, the dragon head room though, because that one's a little bit tricky.
Yeah, it definitely is. I think that's the hardest one to get, because there's no do-overs.
No. But so okay, Arrow open DC. Oh, is he going to buy a shield? Did he forget to buy a shield?
He is.
Is that what's going on here?
Shield. Yeah, he is. Oh,
okay. Got some
FW.
Got some FW on Link the Goron. That's
actually a really nice item to get.
Yeah, never sad to see that.
Arrow joining team. Always buy a shield when needed.
Yeah, I think he realized it when he went to drop the first bomb in DC and like maybe tried to shield drop and couldn't. He's like, wait a second.
Well, and he doesn't know it, but he's going to go to do Forest afterwards. So having a shield for Forest is almost a must, because if not, you're gonna have a very hard time with the Stalfos and Phantom Ganon.
I won't.
I was trying.
Yeah.
Having a hard time with Mido Skip. So this trick allows our runners to bypass the Saria song and or Minuet song to get to Sacred Forest Meadow, and he achieves it. So he'll do Forest Temple out of Logic, but we all know Logic is more of a guideline at this point.
He's gonna be very. I think he might be surprised to see this in a couple seconds.
Long shot. There we go.
Though it's quite possible that with me on commentary, he was wishing that was inside the dungeon.
Oh,
I was not there.
Believe me, I was disappointed when it wasn't on your best bud. We all know you adore things on Ganon, especially if it's a stone.
I think I'm gonna get a Barren Forest in this one. I just have a feeling it's barren. Or if there's something in there, it's probably not needed.
So, let me pick your brain a bit, you being top 32 and all.
Yeah.
After Forest, do you go... Oh, there's Storms.
Yep, there's your way to hero.
Do you do Gold Scale Water before going Child? And doing the well? You know it's your Forest medallion?
I probably would. Because then in that case, if I go back Child and I'll do the well way the hero probably first. And if that happens to be the hammer, then boom, go mode. Don't have to
Yeah,
worry
and
about
also,
anything else.
at least you would get the information if you need to do Central Pillar. That you need to put the Iron Boots.
Right, and we do have Serenade, so if Gold Scale Water fails, at the very least you can get back to water easily. It's not like a big, time, you don't have to take too much time traveling there. So I don't see doing Gold Scale Water as much of a risk here. Just go in, try to get your boss key, and get out, basically.
And they have to do Lake to get the Scarecrow song, because Fire is a medallion, so...
Yeah, they got to set that up too, so I don't see any problem with going ahead and trying Water Temple. Plus the Force Medallion, might give you a, the Force Medallion also unlocks Burning Cack and Prelude, so maybe the couple songs there could be something, of use. I am curious, though, in this seed, because we know Nocturne's an Ice Cavern. I'm very curious where Sarias is supposed to be, because if Sarias is locked behind Water Temple, that means the Way the hero can't be Iron Boots.
That's true.
So at that point, it would have to be the hammer, or something that leads to it.
At least it can't be light arrows, which is sometimes a bummer.
Yeah. We found our we found those already.
It could be a slingshot, yes.
Oh, that's true. Right, we have not found a slingshot yet. And that's true. Yeah, Sarias could also be in the Colossus because we have logical access to that. That's why I was saying though, possibly to check the to do water, just to check to see if it happens to be locked behind that or not.
Yeah, it would give you a lot of information.
At the end of the day, because Runner's not a Mido skip, it probably doesn't matter too much, but just the information could help a little bit. So, Arrow about to come upon the bow here.
Yeah, he's gonna be so glad that he got the shield. Oh, Cubs.
Cubs,
You're not invisible.
Cubs,
and you also have the long shot, so you don't need to do that.
Cubs climbed the wall straight into the Walchula for some reason. I would not recommend giving every enemy in the game a hug.
He's very giving today.
Look, the Walchula's trying to help you, dude. He knocked you onto the platform, see? Good guy, Walchula. But yeah, so Arrow now on King Dodongo, he's gonna get this finished up, and then probably will do some of the same checks that Cubs did and make his way over to Forest, and hopefully Arrow will remember that he did not get the SFM Grotto, and will get his magic out of there on his way.
Yeah, hopefully. I think at this point it's safe to say that Cubs is a bit, he has a bit of a lead, mostly because he got bailed out with those bombs, and I'm hoping he's gonna get the lens in Child 2, even though he might not really need it.
Yeah,
and he's getting the skulls to get the silvers on his next trip to CAC. I'm not worried about that either.
Wait, did Arrow, oh, a good point being made up in chat, too. Arrow did not do, Arrow's not done the Dompe races yet, though. Because he doesn't have the long shot, because if I remember correctly, he has the hook shot out of Lost Woods.
That is true. I'm guessing, yeah, he might do it now.
Okay, yeah, he's definitely going to do that now. Okay, cool.
Yeah, definitely. Cubs is gonna get the silver sooner rather than later.
Okay, I get shit. I see what Arrow did. I didn't.
Yeah, he also doesn't have opponents, so
Yeah,
yeah, this
I
is
got
his
it.
first trip.
Some reason I didn't realize he started his adult route out at like Bolero, but that makes sense.
So this is a check that Cubs didn't do. So let's see if he's gonna be punished for it.
Yeah, he went.
I know the
went
last time he and I were on Restream on a weekly, this had the long shot and he didn't have it for the longest time. Nope. Just bombs.
Yeah, I do. I also remember that seed. It was in it was like an EU seed that was. I was told to play because it was apparently really bad.
Yeah, I think Cubs is being rewarded for his risk taking / forgetfulness.
I was gonna say I can't imagine that skip of this of all that stuff, the child shooting gallery, and then as a result everything else in the market was on purpose.
Like I understand he not getting adult shooting gallery because of where he got the bow.
Right.
He hasn't gone back to CAC after that. But yeah, I can't imagine not doing child shooting gallery was a risk because that's a check that usually has something, to be honest. On most seats, even if you get like other things in a way of the hero market.
Yeah, I can't imagine many runners would go into a way the hero plays, do one check, see light arrows, and say, "Yep, that's it." Actually, I know I would get light arrows, and then I'd be like, "Oh, please tell me there's something else. Don't tell me the hit's pointing at this. That's wasted."
Yeah, that's something that's going to be solved in 5.2, and something worth noticing is that the Scrubs tournament will be migrating to 5.2 as soon as it goes live. So that means we won't get Way of the Hero for light arrows. And if you get a foolish Haunted Wasteland like we did in this seed, you won't get a sometimes hint saying that Haunted Wasteland has a blue rupee.
Yeah.
Which always, it feels bad.
Yeah, it definitely it definitely does feel bad, especially since you know that especially since we know that the way the heroes already works that way. So Arrow picking up his boomerang and is going to be surprised to see this
vanilla hook shot. Oh, there he is. He's actually reading.
Definitely seems surprised. Arrow. Arrow.
Arrow, you're in a race.
Yeah, Arrow, please stay with us. I know it's ridiculous, but don't get me wrong. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'd be just as amazed too, but oh man.
Want to be honest, I kind of want to see a French vanilla ham for some reason. Because I know our runners are not dipping fire any. They have way too much progression.
Yeah. I remember the season 3 quals that actually did happen in one seed where there was a French vanilla hammer, but the seed also gave it away with a fire way of the hero. So
there was one weekly that's actually been my highest placement ever in a weekly. I got 10th. I had like 3-4 checks in logic, I want to say, and I didn't have explosive of any kind. And I decided to. I had Bolero, so I warped to get the song. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna dip fire, and it's a stone fire, by the way, unhinted. And the second chest had a hammer,
Oh, nice.
and the required mirror shield was in DMC Fairy.
That's
So
oh, nice.
I got so lucky on that scene. Not even funny.
So, yep, Cubsdale on the second of the pose enforced. Getting closer to the end of this place.
So Shadow, based on Cubs's file names, we want to say this is a Johnny Game Show seed.
Yeah, I thought I saw someone say in chat that this is actually the first seed that Johnny has rolled for the scrub. So, and based on what we're seeing here, if this plays out how it looks like it might play out, he might be getting some very favorable ratings from both these players because the seed has been incredibly nice.
Yeah, I think everybody will want Johnny to roll their seeds now.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a neat check. I don't think we've seen the Silver Slot chest in Goron, and I don't think we will. To be honest.
Arrow, stay with us. Oh no. I think we lost him.
This.
So chat, we lost Arrow.
Oh my god, first logical bomb bag in Javu with the 4 Skull's letter. That sounds awful.
I think I remember watching that one. That was...
Wasn't it that... I think somebody mentioned it, that it was last night's race? I want to say.
Oh,
the
gosh.
Mr. Mario against Westover race? I didn't watch it, but I remember somebody mentioning. Yeah, I think it was. Also, Shadow, wasn't that your seed? It was a Shadow seed, too. Yeah, we seem to forget. We make fun of Trent seeds and Cup seeds, but Shadow seeds are almost as horrible, if not more.
Yeah. Also, I'm begging anyone in the Scrubs Discord to please play the one that I posted. I will,
Yeah.
I would instantly get restreamer roll with that one.
I think I'm scared of all the seeds that they post there. I think, yeah, Xenu made me play one of his seeds, I want to say 2 months ago. And I said no. No, just no. That was exhausting to play.
Alright, Arrow did get his magic, so...
I want to say it's a little bit more.
And also Arrow apparently warping through time. Yeah, I think the lead's honestly closer to 15 minutes because that's about the time it takes to get through Forest Temple.
And yeah, usually Arrow plays with custom music.
One second, having a little bit of an issue over here. Alright, there we go. Just in time. Just in time to see what the basement chest and floor says. Oh, nothing. We're surprised.
I want to say you're
What?
spoiling, or I'm very
No,
far
no, my
behind?
stream went way back now. Now it's just stuck and both runners are doing little dances.
Oh, okay, because I'm literally just seeing Cups opening the chest now.
I don't even know. I got stuck again. Hold on. I think my internet is having a seizure, but come on, internet, stay with me here, please. Actually, no. Actually, go ahead and freak out right now because I don't want to see the boss fight.
But it's your best bud.
Actually, no. I do want to see this because I want to watch this guy get murdered.
Your partner in crime, Phantom Ganon. So before we had the conversation, I actually agreed with Mr. Nintendo about the well, but after talking to Sea Falcon and what Doc also said, I think it makes more sense to do water. Just on knowledge alone. Sea Falcon's forbidden love.
Just gonna leave that there.
See, he even has an emote. And Cubs starting the fight, getting hit.
I do. I had one of my friends point out to me recently that they literally never hit, despite how many times I posted that, they never took a quick look at it, so they didn't realize it was hit Phantom Ganon in a trash can.
And I hadn't noticed until you mentioned it.
It's like, what do you think that thing on the bottom was?
Honestly, I thought it was like a pedestal.
No, it's a trash can. And
yeah, I can see him reading a book in that emote.
All right, well, I'll worry about the possible funny edits to that later.
Yeah, Cubs going straight to lake.
Yep. Okay. It looks like my stream's back to normal and I'm in sync again. Cubs going to go ahead and give Gold Skill Water a try.
Hopefully, there's nothing in Central Pillar for his sake.
Yeah, that would put it would put a bit of a twist in this race if Iron Boots were hard required, though. And also, I guess they don't have Song of Time, do they? So I didn't even think about that.
Oh, that's right. So there's 2 checks that can't have anything.
Now, there's a strong chance that Song of Time might be locked behind Water Temple. So
it's possibly nothing that they need, at least right now. But if they have to double dip water for River Chest, that would suck. Even if they have Furrows, because so interesting. I would have gone to the room before Morpha, just drop down Furrows Wind, and then do water.
Right. So that's a. Honestly, I don't know how recent that strat was actually, or that kind of like routing through Water Temple was kind of brought to the light. But I know at least the last. I know pretty much since the beginning of Season 3 calls, I've been kind of using that one. It really does help, too, because if you once you drop Furrows Wind there, if you happen to find the boss key, you don't even have to, like, in some, wherever, you don't even have to worry about raising the water again. You can just warp straight back to Morpha.
Yep. I think somebody said that if you have Iron Boots, so it doesn't apply here, but the only times you waste time is if the boss key is in the compass chest, because usually most runners with Iron Boots, that's their first check in water. But other than that, you save time by using Furrows Wind.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, so that's in our so that's in the map chest, which is interestingly enough the first chest you check in gold scale water. So one and done in water temple. Nice.
So this is gonna be huge because he's gonna get 2 songs fairly fast, and then he's gonna go child and do Way of the Hero well, which hopefully has the hammer and not iron boots and nothing else. Meaning that this would be over if that's the case. Oh my god, last location hammer and water would be awful because that would be last locationing for sure.
I can't imagine the hammer would. I can't imagine there being anything in that water temple, but then again, every time I said that about water temple,
it surprises you.
Yeah, it's when it surprises you and there's something in there. I'm
gonna go with it's very unlikely though. Right.
I've always jokingly said about water temple, it either has the long shot or nothing. That's not true, by the way, folks. For those trying to play the rando, that is not a true statement. But usually that's what I've noticed. So when it has something else, it ends up being very surprising, unless it's hinted.
I want to say it's more than 70% of the times that water has nothing. Because it's so little checks. And it's usually behind a lot of items. So that makes it a lot more unlikely. So Cubs picking up his 4th medallion. 2 to go. Only needs hammer to finish the seed.
Yep, so, waiting for the lake to drain here, the water dries up. I imagine he'll just, actually surprised. I'm actually a little surprised he's shooting the morning sun.
Yeah.
I would bet at this point that well way to hear being hammer and just go.
Yeah, and there's always like I would full clear a lake if you didn't have Serenade and you walked here. But at this point, just leave. Just save warp to you have Prelude. Just go to Temple of Time, get the song, go to get Burning Cack, just to get the info.
Okay. Okay, yeah, well, yeah. In fairness to where he's going right now, yes, go. Well, actually, he's going to adult fishing, which surprises me. I thought he was going over to the Scarecrow, which I was going to say, well, yeah, of course, activate the Scarecrow.
Yeah, I'm guessing because he's already here and he's on his way towards the Scarecrow. Yeah. Maybe he thinks this makes sense.
Now, I wonder if he thought, and I just thought of this too, and I can't believe I didn't think of this. Even if Saria's is blocked by Water Temple, which takes Iron Boots out of it, there is one other way the hero item that could show up that could be bait for these runners, and that would be Hover Boots for Fire Temple.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And I can't believe it took me that long to just think about that.
And honestly, this was also suck, but we might be seeing a slingshot in the well.
Yeah.
That would also suck.
So there is actually a couple of things that could show up, so that would not be hammer. The reason why I just thought about hovers is it occurred to me again, well, with the boss key being on Pierre, there's always that chance that could lock you out of the top part of a Fire Temple, to where you actually need hovers to get to Volvagia.
Yeah, because Volvagia would have a key at that point.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Nintendo, it could be the slingshot because the slingshot is logically required to be Deku. When you do B1 skip, you're actually skipping the slingshot requirement, but it is still logically needed. So you might get a slingshot at a Way of the Hero location, being the Way of the Hero item.
It's really rare because the slingshot has so few requirements that it's more than likely some way somehow you can access more than one of them at any given time in a seed.
Oh,
Also, Cubs, what the heck was that? he got hit by Toucan Sam and then did a jump slash into the lake.
Let's remind everybody that Toucan Sam is actually one of the 3 worst enemies in the game. The first one being Songs.
Yeah.
And the second one being the Levers. And after Toucan Sam, I would say Ice Keys in
I was gonna say I would find a way to put Ice Keys in my top 3 worst enemies. I hate those things.
Yeah, Ice Keys has to be in the list.
Like, you're just trying to get through Ice Cavern and all of a sudden you just get ganged up on and frozen 3 times in like 5 seconds. Like, please stop.
Okay, so lake is fully cleared. Yeah, so the hints I'm imagining they're from the last race.
Yeah.
I don't know how to update them.
So there's there's Song of Time on Prelude.
The Song of Time was waterlocked. He's not getting like I can see him not getting Nocturne check.
Right. I would only be interested in just to see if it actually is Saria's, but just for logical purposes, but he doesn't have to do that.
So interesting that he chooses to go to Foolish Jabu first. I would have probably gone to the well first.
I thought, in all honesty, I'm not sure if it's fast. I thought maybe he actually was going to the well, because I'm not sure if it's faster. I think it might be faster if you don't have Nocturne to actually play Serenade and take the owl to the...
Oh, because you don't need
possibly
to...
than to walk out of the market.
All those transitions, yes.
So, that's what I thought he might be doing, but he's definitely going to Jabu here, so...
Yeah, because the logic would be if Hammer is in well, then you can just do Jabu and leave, but now he's gonna do at least the Fountain Fairy, I would assume.
Well, I was gonna say Jabu. In fairness, I guess Jabu is foolish, so he's not gonna check anything in Jabu regardless. Whether or not he checks anything in the fountain, I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, I think it would be the same logic as why he did the checks in the lake. You're already here.
Yeah.
So you might as well. Yeah, so our ways of the hero right now are Market, and we got Light Arrows, Bomb Bag. Well, the Bomb Bag is not way of the hero. We have Light Arrows and Lens of Truth in Market. Sacred Forest Meadow gave us Song of Storms and Magic. Graveyard, which gave us Strength 1, I want to say. Is there something else? I don't remember.
Hookshot and Boomerang, both from Dante Race.
And Hookshot and Boomerang, yes, you're right. And then Bottom of the Well is also Way of the Hero, but we haven't gone there, so we don't know what it has. We don't know our 5th Way of the Hero. We are suspecting that it's double Graveyard Way of the Hero based on the number of items there.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not sure.
Right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Cubs knows that Well is Way of the Hero.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Well Way of the Hero is just in one of the grottos, so I'm fairly certain he checked it.
Yeah, this does unlock lax, but to get lax, you need to go adult, and he's gonna do the well before going adult at this point. So again, I would have done well, but this is something that he has to do regardless, so it's not a big deal.
Mm-hmm. And he's still grabbing skulls. Us to get to 20. I'm starting to wonder if he's convinced that one of those bait items actually is the well way of the hero then, or he's just trying to play it a little bit safe to make sure that he's covered in a couple of areas in case it is.
Well, I think at this point, putting myself in their position, you don't know what to think when you are experiencing a jet seed, because it's weird. It's something that doesn't happen every day. So your first instinct is to, like you said, just hedge the risk and be prepared for the worst, even if it was a jet seed. Fortunately for them, their opponents are not top 32 players like yourself who thrive on these seeds, as we saw in the first few qualifiers for season 3, which were mostly all jet seeds.
Oh my lord. Yeah.
Like I remember on one qualifier, my time was 2:31 and I finished 84th. So
yeah, I had the pleasure of commentating one of the jet seeds, playing in another, and then I got to play the third seed later on, and playing all 3 of them in a row was kind of like I almost couldn't believe it. Like
the golden weekend of random.
I almost couldn't believe it. There were 3 seeds in a row like that were that quick.
It was definitely something, and that made it very interesting to see who were going to be the top 32 players, because we saw a lot of very good runners that unfortunately didn't do as well in those jet seeds.
Oh yeah, no, I did not. I did not do well in the one I played, actually. So.
But then later on, there were a couple of seeds that were more like normal seeds, the weekly seeds, the races that we all do, that makes the top runners be separated from scrubs like us. So that pretty much again gave everybody that should be in the bracket settings life again. But there were a couple of people that were surprisingly strong on those jet seeds.
Yeah, I won't lie. That's why I'm partially nervous about my race on Sunday. My opponent Sponge got a 147 second place in one of the jet seeds, the one I actually played in. So it's like, from my perspective, it's like, man, I know that's what they're capable of. So, like, if you hit the seed right.
Yeah, if it just clicks, it's very hard to beat Sponge. Yes.
I mean, because that's the thing. A 157 is my PB, so my PB fastest time to complete a seed is 10 minutes slower than that. But this seed is definitely another one of those seeds that at least appears to be that way, and it's also being brought up in chat. Yeah, the seeds I hate the most is when you get literally everything, and then it's a giant scavenger hunt for one item. Because then at that point, it's who's the luckiest.
Yeah, remember, if Sea Falcon rolled it, go to Forest. Very important.
No, if I rolled it and you're looking for long shot, go to literally the stupidest place. It doesn't even have to be Forest. Just go to the stupidest place. That's where you'll find it. Also, to answer the question, chat, my race is Sunday at 6 p.m. But so Cubs has gotten to the big octofight and job of working his way through that. Arrow actually looks like did Arrow actually jump into water, or did he just do the lake stuff first?
He got Scarecrow did the lake and left. So this is interesting.
Huh. Not doing gold scale water.
This gives Cubs even more lead, a bigger lead now, because of the placement of the Bosky. I believe
Right.
it's 6 p.m. EST.
Yeah, it's EST. Sorry, I only think in terms of EST in time because it's the time zone I live in. So yep, 6 p.m. EST. But yeah, I guess a little bit surprised that Arrow didn't do
Yeah, because he went to the lake anyways. You're already there.
and he pulled the letter out, but I'm not gonna go to Jabu via Serenade and diving into the domain.
I think he forgot that he has Serenade.
Maybe.
Yeah, that tends to happen sometimes, and it sucks.
I usually pull the opposite.
Oh no!
Checking the
he
storm
wanted to
Kokiri
check
Force Storm's
this.
Grotto.
Okay, this
Interesting. Okay.
This makes sense.
I usually pull the opposite where I play Serenade and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go domain. Let me dive. I don't have a scale.
I can't say that hasn't happened. It happens way more often than I care to admit.
Yeah, it's like, well, this is awkward. I guess I'll just walk up the river. Give me a minute. Yeah. Unfortunately, just a purple rupee in that Storm's Grotto. So, yeah, Kokiri Forest was very much barren. I am surprised that hint did not show up.
Well, based on the fact that a couple of places had more than one item, I'm guessing this is a lot of foolish locations.
Yeah, I think there's but some of these places have been loaded. There's probably like, I don't know, like
I want to say 6 or 7 places have
Yeah.
actually items. Everything else is just foolish, most likely.
Yeah.
Especially if Hammer is in the well. And Baronade is down. So Cubs will get his 5th medallion.
Yeah.
Will this seed be the dream that you don't have to dip Shadow for anything? Cubs, Jabu is foolish. You didn't
Yeah,
really
just-
check. Oh my god, Jumper. Oh god. Are you the new Ganon?
Someone... I don't even know what to say, because I'm pretty sure I've seen that joke almost every time Jabu's barren.
I think it was Ganon who made it up, to be honest.
You know, can I just say something about that username real quick? It took me a while to realize that Polyganon is also a pun, and I felt stupid once I realized it.
It took me like a week to figure it out. I think I saw him on both weeklies. The first time I saw him in chat, and then like the next week I was like, oh.
Oh, yeah.
Doc's face.
Doc.
He just got mind fucked. Oh my god, hover boots.
Oh, so the well is not hover boots bait.
Okay, that's good and bad. Exactly.
Hammer
can now be Shadow, which means they have to go ice to get the song.
Okay, so Cubs is now he's done there. Cubs is gonna be. I assume he's gonna be heading to the well. Oh, I thought he was... Oh, no, he's checking bomb shoot bowling. I was about to say for a second, I'm like, oh, now you remember Slingshot minigame? I was gonna laugh my ass off when he got the bomb bag. And he's actually picking up the lens too, which is interesting.
Well, it's market way of the hero, and there's less in the game, so.
I mean, that's true, but whether he knowingly did it or not, he already gambled on light hairs being the only way of the hero, so.
That is true.
I just stick with the bit at this point. Oh, man.
And at least at that point, you know that light arrows have to be way of the hero, even if they're not that hinted item.
And I guess if nothing else, Cub seeing the lens kind of confirms what he what you told me that he has said about these settings, which is that he always just assumes the lens is somewhere.
Yeah,
there it is.
Yeah, at that point you have to do lens minigame if you got the lens just next door. Also, I'm gonna go with team left all the way. Okay, I'm still alive. Still alive. I see a couple of the first 4 being left and then right.
Yeah. I see a couple votes for team right as well. We got 3 left.
Still alive. Oh, okay. We are
Wait a minute.
all alive.
Is this team left?
This is team left. I win.
Congratulations, team left.
1 in 32, team left.
Oh my God, Iron Boots are there.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, the well has hammer. I think the well's got the hammer then, unless it's like that slingshot or like a mirror shield or something.
Okay, so if the well has a slingshot, what would be your next play?
Target in the woods. Just in
case.
Yeah, just in case.
Mirror for logical AD. Oh God.
Well, I don't.
It can't be a wallet at this point, because I think Arrow has a sword tunic.
Yeah, yes, he does. It was off of a hot rodder.
I'm guessing it could also be strength 3. Maybe.
It could be, yeah, and then Yeet Rock has
something. Hopefully
yeah.
not a mirror shield. But yeah, I think that's it. It's one of those 3 items.
Yeah.
I want to say.
So if we want this to be a complete jet seed, you're hoping for hammer in the well. If you want this to be hilarious, you're hoping for a slingshot in the well. And
with mirror shield and on target in the woods.
Yeah.
Well, he's gonna get his silvers.
Yeah, he's gonna get this, and
I don't think he has 20 now.
No.
He might decide to get the 3 skulls in the well. He has the boomerang if he gets like a slingshot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. He should be close to 20 though. I want to say. Maybe he's at like 15 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Alfalfa, that's just mean on so many levels. That's just wrong.
Yeah, with all the hints, it's not even that would be like difficult. It would just be annoying.
You're me.
You'd have to do all this extra stuff and be like, "Come on, Seed."
Okay, so we have the well now. Cub's having a hard time going into the hole. There we go.
Seeing these, actually, now that I think about it, seeing those irons in the market and the lens, it's in lighters. It's also possible that the market's doubled up as Way of the Hero too.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Along with the graveyard,
Yeah, for those iron boots.
All right.
Okay, so first 2 checks have nothing. Exactly what he needed, another shield. So we are actually missing a hammer to complete the seed. And well, the slingshot, it's logically required, but they already skipped the requirement unless there's something on target in the woods.
Yeah.
So as a runner, you want a hammer here, but we in comms are with Chad, and we want to see a trolley seed. So, especially if we didn't roll it, so they can't blame us.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, the item is going to be in the basement.
So far, we're not seeing much of anything in the well.
It's either here in the freestanding one, or it's in the basement. That's what usually happens. Nope, not here.
Not in the freestanding, so basement then. Just go fall into the basement, Cubs. Just skip dead hand.
Just fall down. And then if he does, then Steven or Brian have it. Because that's what happens.
That is true.
It's the opposite of what you do.
Yeah.
Or not. It is a jet seed. Okay.
Okay.
So this puts Cubs in go mode.
Yep, and
he has a comfy lead. So
and he knows yeah, and he knows exactly what check he needs to go to get the boss key and fire.
Yep. So we might be looking at our first upset in the tournament. The number 8 seed dethroning the number 1 seed in the whole tournament.
Mm-hmm. Wonder if Arrow basically won all the quals that he did, right?
So Arrow played, I want to say, the first 3 quals out of the 5, and he won all 3.
Yeah.
I believe he did play the 4th one afterwards, and he got second by like 10 seconds.
Oh.
Oh yeah, Uruguay was also an upset, but it wasn't as big of an upset. I want to say, because let's remember that Cubs had to win a tiebreaker to get the number 8 seed on Saturday. So
yeah,
this is truly the underdog of Group A.
Yeah, the underdog of Group A, and he beat the person that has at least shown through the qualifier results hasn't lost anything yet. So
yep.
So to anyone that ends up in the loser bracket in Group A that has to play Arrow, that's gonna be a challenge.
Yeah, I want to say, let's see. I'm gonna open the challenge. So I don't give everybody the wrong information. So the winner of this race, which seems to be Cubs, is gonna go against the winner of Wins Requiem versus Trenter. And the loser, well, the loser is gonna go against the loser of Wins and Trenter as well. So
Okay, so
this is double elimination between each group. And just to remind everybody, we will have 4 different winners in this tournament. So each group will have its own winner. Yes, Trent. So we can see Trent suffering, like how he has made us suffer
unfair
with some of
measure.
his seeds.
I mean, Trent may not have to play a seed that he rolls, but you know, if anybody else wants to roll him a terrible seed.
Well, I kind of want Cubs to roll that seed, just because we all know how Cubs seed are.
Someone put something in someone put something in Trent's pod and make him do it with strength.
Or maybe a Xenu seed. We've seen those are also horrible.
I'd like to. I almost should personally thank Xeno because he gave me a really, really god-awful seed right before quals and said, "Here, I'm giving this to you to help you train." So I guess I should thank him for helping me get in, but that didn't help. That seed was terrible. The only thing it helped with at the end was A, I was glad it was over, and B, I didn't want to play another one of his seeds again.
So to see if that's the seed I played by him, did you last location your first progression item by any chance?
No.
Okay. Because I played one of his seeds, and he said it was not a Plando, but I last locationed the first progression item.
Here. The seed he gave me was I don't remember. I guess it was the same one. It was one where there was you were expected to basically get 40 skulls really, really early on to get a bomb bag at Azor's River as adult, but I just did the jump.
Oh, okay. No, mine was you spend, I want to say, about 40 minutes between child and adult, and all you got was a bottle and a wallet. And the first progression item was on 20 skulls, and it was strength 1.
Oh, jeez, what? Okay.
And then I remember you had to dip Jabu with bombs to get the first magic in Boomer and Chest. It was awful. And Doc is like enjoying this.
Oh hey, there's the other wallet on 20 skulls. So, I mean, I guess that's something, although.
And it's very unfortunate because, to be fair, Aero has not played badly at all.
No, I mean,
I think the order of his checks have been somewhat questionable, but not wrong at all.
No, I think the only I don't even want to call it necessarily like wrong, but Aero. I just point out too. You said that Aero was taking a risk by staying child as long as he did for child 1. I swear that's when the difference happened.
You are right. Yes, you are right.
I feel like they were even until that happened.
Yes, actually, you are completely right.
Also, Cubs just lost a bunch of time because he messed up in the trying to ride the elevator up in Fire Temple, and he doesn't have a ferry, and also doesn't want to farm the money for a Goron tunic, so he would have burned to death. And so now he's saved quit to go get a ferry.
Yeah, at this point, it's honestly not the worst thing. Like, this is better than farming money. So, yeah, he's losing time, but he's good because Aero hasn't done water.
Yeah, if Aero had done Water Temple and was looking for
then this would be really close.
The hammer, then yeah, this would be Aero gaining time and
possibly even going and taking the lead if he had done water.
And Arrow has the 200 rupees, so when he pops in there, if he wants the Goron tunic, he can just buy it right away.
Yeah, I think at this point, with the number of hearts he has, it might not be the worst idea. This has not been a very healthy seed, mainly because it's a jet seed.
Arrow already bought the Goron tunic, so never mind. He just pops straight into Fire Temple and get to Pierre. So yeah, yeah, definitely it's unfortunate then that he has not beaten water.
Yeah, that is definitely a good question to ask him. If he joins us for interview, why did he decide against doing gold scale water at that point?
Mm-hmm.
Also, Chad, you might start thinking what questions you want to ask our runners for interviews if you join us.
One of us has definitely got to ask Cubs about child shooting gallery. And whether or not he did he forget it, or was it somehow I can't imagine he skipped it on purpose because it was in a way the hero market, but
no. But yeah, that has to be the first question.
Because the fact that he lucked out on that not being a big deal is kind of an interesting point. A lot of times you don't just get to accidentally skip a bomb bag and be all right. You know, honestly, I can't answer the question, Chad, about whether or not Cubs thinks he's ahead or behind. I feel like runners, anytime you're in a race,
you feel
like
they
feel always feel like they're behind, even if they're not.
Unless you get like a very obscure item early on, and that's very random and very weird. You always feel behind. 100%.
I would think. Honestly, if I was Cubs in this seed, because like everything's been relatively easy, my thought wouldn't be whether I'm necessarily ahead or behind. My thought would be, my opponent and I are dead even. I better execute.
Yeah, so
that's
I just posted.
How I feel.
Actually, I think that's how everybody feels, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I just posted in chat the official schedule for the matches. So as soon as a match gets scheduled, it goes on that list. So just because we know where Cubs is going, tomorrow we have 3 matches. At least 2 are going to be restreamed on Scrub Central, which is the main channel for the tournament. The first match is actually my match. At 2 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. UTC. I'm going to be facing Alfalfa. Another Group A match. And then we have... Actually, no. That was the second one. The first one was at 11 a.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. UTC. We have a Group D match between Shiro against Dark Dylan. And the last one, it's going to be kind of late for some of the folks in the Eastern part, because it's going to be at 11 p.m. Eastern, 4 a.m. UTC, and it's going to be a Group B match between Not So Supportive Toad and Votzilla. So if you want to see more rando and you want to see more scrubs just fighting it out, you know where to go. You have at least my match, and the Group B match is going to be restreamed on Scrub Central. As of now, the Group D match has not been picked up by any restreamers. And also, let's see, 1, 2, 3, there's 4 matches on Sunday. We have a group B, two group C's, and a group D match. So yes, Afterlife is one of the matches on Sunday is actually Afterlife's match against Doodle.
Yeah. So for all the folks who did want to see more of the scrub tourney, I highly recommend you check out the upcoming matches. And since I know Split's both Alfalfa are here, of course, good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
I will be. I will probably be watching. I'll probably be watching that before the NA, playing in the NA weekly. So
yeah, that's gonna be hopefully a good matchup.
Yeah, and definitely, folks, make sure you also, if I may say to the runners too, please, give the tourney and them a follow, and because I know Xenu says he started the tourney as a meme, but like, look what it's become. It's a really awesome thing. Can't say enough of how awesome it is, the thing that's been put together.
Yeah, it started as a meme, but as of now, it's like it won't beat the main season 3 tournament, but it's been gaining a lot of momentum as time goes by. So Volvagia is down. Cubs has all his. It's time to go slay a pig.
Yeah, and I saw in chat when I think it was Delilah who mentioned Cubs PB is like a 216.
Oh, then he's on.
So
PB
he's
pace.
Probably going to get a rando PB in this seed. It looks like, as long as nothing goes wrong in the gauntlet, the Ganon fight.
So I think we actually have the information about his PV. Let me go get it. I think I read it in his questionnaire. His PV is 2:14:40. So he has 10 minutes. Well, 9 minutes to beat the seed and get a PB. So I think
he's on PB pace here, I'd say.
I think he has a very good chance of getting a new PB today.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's 2:16. Okay. Dingus mode.
Delilah.
Yeah, usually Ganon's going up Ganon's castle, fighting Dwarf and fighting Ganon, it's about 6 minutes. So hopefully he doesn't have any issues fighting anything.
Yeah, should be okay, as long as should be okay. Although I will say with that amount of health, the Cubs, please don't take an iron knuckle axe to the face.
Yeah, I would go slow and steady with the iron knuckles, even if you have Bigorn, just in case.
I mean, yeah, he does have a fairy, but
oh no, then go for it, because you're most likely going to die to the iron knuckles and not Dwarf at this point.
Yeah,
and you get full health and magic for Ganon. So worst case scenario, you just use safety strats like light arrows on Ganon and stuff like that. So you just got to be careful with the iron knuckles. Very clean so far.
Yeah, that was a really good Stalfos room. Thankfully, he didn't get any nonsense of the Stalfos. As I like to say, trying their best WWE impression, jumping off the top rope. Although, obviously, in that room, it's the chest that's on fire. Since they really like to show off that they can go through the fire and climb on top of it.
It's like, yeah, you can't get here. Yay.
Yeah, look what I can do, though. That was a great iron knuckle room, Tail.
Yeah, he took it slow and steady. With the Bigoran swords, it's easier to just kill both of them at the same time. But based on the number of hearts he has, I don't think this was the best play. Better be safe than sorry. And he might think he's behind, but he has to know that even if he's behind, Arrow has to be like maybe 30 seconds to a minute ahead, because
Yeah.
again, he hasn't made any major mistakes at all.
Yeah. Alright. On to the door fight. Getting the jump slash with the big Oron sword. I guess
okay. I was like, no, don't fall down.
I guess he switched to Master Sword because maybe it's easier to get the rhythm with crouch stabbing with it. I actually don't know why people do that, so. I mean, either way, that was really nice.
Good one cycle Dwarf. So we're gonna go to Ganon. And of course he's getting hydrated.
One pause, you can swap the Master and equip lights. Okay. I didn't know if it was maybe easier to get the rhythm crouch stabbing with the Master Sword, because. Or maybe that was why, because usually the big Oron sword, it's. But yeah, of course, you want to swap to Master Sword to get the jump slash before fighting Ganon and.
However, it's weird because what you do usually, if you change, if you save the big Oron jump slash and then switch to the Master Sword, you also want to switch to you want to equip light arrows, hammer, bottle in the same at the same time, so you don't waste more time. But he only did the Master Sword because he already had done the other things. I want to say it was before fire, but I might be wrong. Phase down is over.
All right. Cubs. Okay, there we go. I'm surprised the first jump slash missed, but 1,
2. 3. One more. And I just jumped in time.
What?
And
okay.
Cubsrule.
I guess he did it.
Has been first place with a time of 2 hours, 11 minutes, and 30 seconds.
Hey, bot. Okay, first of all, GG's on the PB, and second of all, I think the bot spoiled that one. Because I just saw it on my end. Bot, please. I think the bot was excited that he got a PB. Wanted to tell everybody immediately. Very nicely done, though. GG's.
GG's. Another upset in the tournament. But it was a great effort also by Arrow. Like again, like you said, the long child one was what killed him. Even if he was rewarded, which is unbelievable. But he was rewarded with items that you didn't really need at the end. So I don't know if we're gonna be joined by Cups. Oh yeah, he's coming in for an interview. Okay.
I figured he'd want to pop in here and say something.
And while we wait, I think this is a good time to Give a shout out to the unsung heroes of this restream, our trackers. So hopefully this is updated. Yes, so we are very honored that No Pen Name Girl and Rock Chalk was oh, hold on.
What?
Okay, I don't understand this.
Those two were the trackers for today's match, can confirm.
Oh, okay, because I
don't know why the bot doubled and apparently we're not commentating. Okay. Thanks, bot. Screw you too.
Yeah, and also we want to thank Jinxie for being our restreamer. She's not usually a OoTR restreamer, but she stepped up so we could enjoy this wonderful race. So thank you, Jinxie.
Oh, bot.
Yeah, I think the bot is the only thing that hates Jinxie because Jinxie is like so nice. So bad bot.
Bot, please. Alright, well, don't ignore the fact that Arrow has, definitely still not too far behind this race, is he going for the...
Yeah, choose strats.
Choose strats, yeah.
And we are joined by Cubs.
Well, that was some fucking seed.
GG, Cubs. Congrats on the PB.
Yeah, heard it was a PB.
Where the fuck did that come from?
I think we're all wondering that.
Johnny, why, first of all, and thank you.
Yeah, this is something that we probably won't ever see again for a while. Gut seeds are really rare. So Cubs, first question that I think everybody wants to know.
That was a seed.
Yes, yes it was.
Oh, here.
Holy I'm gonna go ahead and finish since I'm literally walking to Ganon's castle now.
So Cubs, the very first question we all had is, did you skip Child Shooting Gallery on purpose?
No.
Oh, okay.
Did you ever do it?
No, I got there at night from the owl.
It was the first bomb bag.
Yeah, it was a bomb bag.
Of course it was.
Yes.
you got saved when you found that bomb DMC. Though.
I was actually mad at that bomb bag because I had just found 32.
We had 32s. There was no need for a bomb bag in this seat. At all.
That's why I was mad at him. I'm like, I don't need
30
these.
fucking Jews in Deku. That's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
I did like the market way the hero progression.
That was fucking horseshit in the market.
Like the bomb bag, and then you
And
got
GG
the lens
Arrow.
off of the bomb shibboleth and arrow. I don't think you did this check, but the iron boots were actually in the treasure chest minigame.
I did not do chess game.
And let's not
the
forget
very first question we
lights
all
on
had
Richard.
Did
Yeah,
you
that too.
skip
That
Child
was
Shooting Gallery on
hilarious.
purpose?
Wow.
And that brings me to a question for Arrow. So Arrow, when you went to the lake to get Scarecrow's song, why did you decide against doing water? Yeah, it was a bomb bag.
Yes.
Because I
saved
had
when you
a
found that
progression dungeon in
DMC.
Jabu that I knew I could full clear, and I had that well way of the hero that I was hoping was hammer, but was worried it'd just be iron boost. I was like, screw it, we'll do those first.
Nice.
30.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's fair.
I'll be honest. When I saw the irons in the chess game, I'm like, I'm gonna fucking lose this game for full clearing away the hero. What the shit? That was fucking horseshit in the market.
Like the bomb bag, and then you got the lens off of the bomb shibboleth and
There
arrow.
was
I
a
don't
few
think you did
things
this
I
check, but
cleared
the iron boots
early
were
that I
actually
wish
in
I
the treasure
hadn't.
chest minigame.
Because I turned around and got them hinted almost
And let's not
immediately.
forget. I followed the scale from
that too.
Deku straight to River and Domain.
That brings
And that
me
was
to
just a big
question
bust.
for Arrow. So Arrow, when
I
you
did
went
the
to
same, but it
lake
wasn't
to get,
immediately out of deck. I
Scarecrow
went and got
Song,
ZL first, so
why
I could
did
do
you
the scale
decide
stuff
against
after free
doing
song.
water at that?
Oh, I ended up doing ZL and Epona first, and then going to Deku. I went to do Child Graveyard right after Lon Lon, actually.
So I got that Strength 2 in the graveyard, and then saw the dungeon layout. I'm like, oh
Yes.
no.
The only difference is that was Strength 1.
That was my Strength 2.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember where I got my first.
Did you find hovers?
That was the last item I found.
Yes.
I was saying,
Yeah.
One of the last items I found.
I was thinking somehow this is going to find a way to be logical all dungeons as hard as it was pushing the 2 stones. Holy crap.
Yeah, all the
we were
stuff
joking that
early.
you were going to get mirror shield. Well,
I was worried that bottom of the well was going to be mirror shield, and I was going to like...
I got Strength 2 from 10 Skulls right before I went to the well. I'm like...
Oh, that was the first strength I got. 10 Skulls.
No.
Yeah.
Fuck
That's
no.
what I got. It was 10 Skulls. I was like, oh.
Especially because it might be Vanilla Requiem, by the way. I don't
doubt it.
Yeah, we didn't. The two songs we never saw were Saria's or
Well, we'll go find out right now. Why not?
They're obviously split between Burning Cack and Requiem itself. So
yeah,
yep.
that feeling when you forget to jump across and you're doing bottle strats from a distance.
Oh, I tried the walk up off as the first set's falling, and I walked too quick and actually walked onto the platform instead of grabbing the side of it.
But yeah, I saw the dungeon layout. This is before I did Dompe too. I freaked out when I did Dompe. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Because I was sitting here like, I'm only like 3 or 4 items from go mode, and then I get boomerang and long shot. I'm like,
oh, that was my hook.
That was my long shot.
Yeah.
I got hooked as child, and I was like, what the heck?
I actually skipped most of Lost Woods as child because of the choose. I wasted like 6-7 shoes trying to hold onto a stick in the meadow.
Yeah, Cubs tried to he tried to chew the Wolfos in Sacred Forest Meadow really hard for a minute.
I thought about doing the same. I'm like, screw it, I'll come back and do it as an adult.
And then something after I hit him with the first chew, I don't know what he did, but he just started sliding across like it was a Hess. The Wolfos did.
Yeah, I didn't notice
that was.
Yeah, I didn't notice. I didn't say anything, but I was a little confused about that too.
Extremely confused.
I was not going to mention that.
Sorry, a song. It's
was
Vanilla Requiem. Sorry, a song on Burning Cack.
Okay, so yeah, there kills that kills AD.
Go get it.
Well, AD was dead at that point, anyways. Because if it's Requiem, Sorry, a song is at the desert.
Oh yeah, true. And we had logical access.
Yeah.
Didn't even touch the desert at all today. That felt nice.
No, not in the slightest.
Yeah.
And this was one of those times Stone Shadow didn't get in the way.
Yeah, despite the fact that one of the first hints that both of you had was that Nocturne was an ice
I was very mad at that Nocturne hint.
And then Rudo's letter being so early as well.
One thing I will say, I'm pretty sure I bombed at least 5 Gossip Stones today.
Yeah, you bumped a couple.
I get the River Baron hint right after I do River. I get the Goron Pot hint right after I do the Goron Pot. I'm like, come on, game.
Oh, there was a hint for Pot. I never did Chao Goron City.
It was in DMC.
Yep, there was.
Oh, it's the one I didn't know. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and there was definitely some displeasure of both of you too when you saw the hint about Boss Key being on Pierre.
Oh, I was angry at that. I'm like, great, watch Fire be a medallion now. Watch it be like our last medallion or something. Oh, sure enough.
I mean, to be fair, there are worse places for it. If you know it's there going in, there are worse places for it.
Yeah, oh, I know. I walk in, I'm like, okay, 5 keys, then I can rush Pierre.
And at least I didn't go
adult till nearly an hour in.
And yeah, and that's what actually killed you.
Yeah, I was like, as long as this isn't a jet seed, this won't hurt. Oh,
Yeah,
Like you were behind Cubs by about 10 to 15 minutes
that sounds about right. I
after
finished
you
10
went
minutes behind him.
adult.
Sounds about right. I was 10 minutes behind him finishing. Now I was sitting here I'm like, I could go adult now, or I could do river, chickens, and graveyard.
I did not do chickens. I did not do chickens. I did not
chickens
do.
Was double defense.
I did not do Valley and Lake either.
Yeah, when
I did
when
Valley
you
and
went,
Lake.
So Cubs, when you went early CAC, I said that he's gonna do Dompe digging and chickens, and C Falcon is like he's not gonna do chickens. He hates
There
chickens.
was no way I was doing chickens.
My favorite part about that route is when you walked up to Composer Grave and started to play ZL, and you're like, oh shit, I can't kill anything in here. Never mind.
and I just bailed back to Deku because fuck it. And to be honest, it worked out because I ended up going back for strength.
Also, my low moment of the seed is when I walk into DC, realize I still don't have a shield. I'm like, hold up, I'm going back to CAC and getting a shield first.
Yeah, I saw you walk out, and I'm like, is he going? I realized I'm like, oh, he didn't buy a shield.
Like I'm going to buy a shield.
No, I went to buy a shield before I went to DC. That was a nice unhinted DC, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
Good lord.
I'm not even. What's bad is I'm not even mad at the result of this. This was a good. And I knew early on, I'm like, okay, if something's gonna kill me, it's going to be going to do chickens and graveyard as child. I almost didn't do it. It was like, I have a fire source. I could 2 Composer Grave as an adult once I have magic. So I was like, nah, let's do it anyway. And that took about 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah, if I don't go to the river into domain, this might sub 2.
Yeah. I strongly regret spending that time in river. The only reason I did river is because I got the Bolero in Sacred Forest meta.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no, this better not. I'm buying beans.
Yeah.
To be honest, if I see an early bomb bag or early scale, I will almost always hit river and possibly
same.
domain.
I almost always do it.
Yeah, and just buy a bean for the hell of it. Yeah.
Usually I will do it from Lake, but I didn't get the scale until Deku, and I didn't do Deku until I did Valley Lake, because what I do is I do Valley Lake and then save scum the child fishing roofies if it's nothing.
Yeah, to be fair, there's usually something in those locations if you got an early scale. So it makes sense.
Yeah, there was
because you both did it, so it's
today.
not the wrong thing.
Yep. Instead, the seed just kind of everywhere else just handed you all everything. The only item, besides the only logically required item we never saw, and thankfully it was not the Wellway the hero bait, was a slingshot. So
I feel like the real GGs today has to go to OBS because my OBS wanted to crash twice.
Oh.
I don't know if you noticed it. There was 2 times where I had massive frame drops. Both times it was OBS wanting to die.
Oh, my OBS just died right now. It came back, but it just cut. My whole net cut out for about 20 seconds.
Oh gosh, OBS fixed your stuff.
Well, this really makes me feel good about the multi-world I'm hosting in a couple weeks.
Oh, that multi-world's gonna be so fun.
yeah.
No, it's gonna be a shit fest. It's, for those who don't know, we're doing right now it's a 200-person multi-world in a couple weeks.
And they're
likely going to
adding anymore?
Yes, likely we are going to add 2. I swear to God, if we all make it out of Mido's house, I'll consider it a win.
That is going to be such a disaster, and I'm so looking forward to being part of that.
I think I'm handing hosting duties over to Raikaru for that one, just to be safe.
Yeah, that may not be a bad idea.
Yeah. The fun part is trying to gen all the seeds. We're trying to gen like 100+ seeds because we have no idea how many people are going to be there. So it's taking 2 and 3 days to gen a single seed right now.
Oh my lord.
Yeah, the 200, 100+ has been about 6 hours. 200+ has been upwards of a day and a half, 2 days.
Ooh, this will be an I'm looking at who my next opponent will be. This will be interesting no matter who gets it.
So yes, Cubs will be against the winner between Wince Requiem and Trent.
And Trent.
And you will be up against the loser of that match. So I don't want to be biased, but I kind of want to see a restreamer semis.
I mean,
like I got nothing against Wince, like made the best runner win, but
yeah.
I
mean,
kind of want to see a restreamer semis.
I mean, technically, I already know who Cubs wants to face because he told me, so I'm just gonna leave that one there if he wants to answer.
I'll be fine with either. I mean, I've beaten Trent. I'm fairly sure I can beat Win, so it'll be a good race regardless. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Well, I mean that screams all of bracket A. Like this one was close the entire time. 10-minute difference, pretty much.
Yeah.
I think basically, Group A is whoever gets lucky on a couple of seats. Like anybody can win.
I mean, I was 15 minutes from being a part of Group B, so yeah, this is Group A is fucking tough.
This seed. I was like, as soon as I went to Dota, I'm like, all right, as long as this doesn't end up being a Jet seed, I am definitely fine. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I started getting all the items. I'm like, oh, I need to rush these. I need to rush my dungeons. I was getting ready to finish fire. I'm like, okay, he hasn't finished yet. This is cool. As I enter Volvagia, I'm like, there it is.
I was waiting for the exact same thing to happen on the other side. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, this entire race comes down to like one or two decisions at this point. Despite everything being like all over the place, this was an actual pretty linear seed.
Yeah.
This was basically like one of the Jet seeds in Season 3 quals, to be honest. Like
except Fire was a medallion somehow.
And it wasn't rolled by Doc. Because Doc was the ultimate Fire medallion roller in Season 3 quals. Yeah, there you go.
Doc, please.
Chad, do you have any final questions for runners?
Speaking of which, I should probably open that chat.
Apparently not. Any last words from you two?
GG's, that was a good one. I knew this one was gonna be close, but dang.
GG,
it was really
dude.
close.
What? I'm still not sure what the hell it was I just played.
I
was absolutely expecting the worst from Johnny. I'm not gonna lie.
I was expecting a horrible seed that was going to take me 4 hours. Not take us half of that.
Oh, but let me say, remember my playoff seed with Sean was 415.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then this happens.
Song of Time AD.
Yeah, that was fun.
Well, as soon as I saw Minuet on OOT, I was like, okay, this seed's doing everything it can to make me want to do that. No. Then I got Storms on Minuet. I'm like, so, where Sorry is at?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was...
If I had done chess game and got the irons, it would have gone in my head. I'm like, okay, it's probably a Nocturne.
Yeah, when you saw Bottom of the Way of the Hero, we kind of wanted it to be on OOT. Or maybe that was just me.
As soon as I saw that Bottom of the Well hit, I'm like, here we go, AD for Song of Storms. Let's get ready for this. Yeah. And if it went for that, if I had Nocturne, I probably would have early committed Shadow Temple too.
Did you never get the? Oh, I mean, we obviously got the Minuet hint, but shit happens.
And then the Wee's comms kept starting when the Well with the Hero, and it got down the end. Oh well, oh god, maybe it's just the Iron Boots in there. Maybe it's just the Hover Boots. Maybe it's the Slingshot. But then Cubs kept finding us back to back. It's like, well, never mind.
One of my first fucking hints was Nocturne and Ice Cavern. I'm like, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, we thought you two were gonna have to go. We thought you two were gonna have to go get that for sure at some point.
I was starting to think Irons were in the Well and Hammer was gonna be in Shadow.
Yeah, I was starting to think Irons in the Well and then Hammer Unhinted. And I was like, oh, don't let this be a wild goose chase.
Then we will be here for 4 hours.
Yeah, because it will probably last location in like Silver Block Room of GTG or something. With that, I had strength too, so I was sitting there like, oh, GTG sounds so good right now, but no.
I got that. I'm just like, please God, don't let there be, please don't let there be a mirror shield in the well. Like no.
It's like worst case scenario, mirror shield. Second worst case, I didn't want to see irons in there either. I'm like, I have gold scale, I think I'm good. That opened first chest Yaboski, I'm like, let's go!
Yeah, I think the worst thing that I don't remember, I think it was Chad that made it up, was Well was gonna have strength 3 with slingshot in OGC with shield on target in the woods.
Never found a slingshot, by the way.
Never. Did you ever do
the...
Kokiri sword chest either?
I did. It was a blue.
Okay. I had a feeling Kokiri Forest was Baron. I did everything else.
Even I will go do that even if Mido's Baron, because if I miss time of day on the Owl, my backup is to do Lake. So I always do it for the money, to have money for child fishing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, normally I open Kokiri sword chest before Mido's house. I didn't today, and then I never bothered to come back for it.
When you get 30 chews in Deku Tree, the whole seed pretty much opens from there.
I had done South Hyrule before entering Deku Tree because I was going to save some time of day.
Yeah.
Also, that was a very conveniently timed for roars.
Yes it was.
That was very nicely timed.
It's always in the back of your mind. Hover-locked forest.
Yeah, I was like, oh no. I hacked Feroz, I'm like, alright, cool. It's getting used in full. I think that's the only time I used it today.
I used it in fire. For the boss key.
Yeah. You know, I didn't even consider that. I just jumped down from Pierre and walked across.
You jumped all the way down the fire temple.
Yeah, I just jumped down and walked.
He literally fell down the entirety of Fire Temple. But
I'm like, it takes on purpose.
Yes.
It's like, it takes just as much time to save and reset, so I'm like, screw it, I'm just gonna jump off the cliff.
I had to save warp in the elevator. I was down to like 15 seconds and wasn't gonna make it, so I had to save warp and go get a ferry.
Oh.
Yeah.
I bought my Goron tunic on my way to check Minuet.
Yeah, I want to say Cubs never had a full wallet.
I had a full wallet when I went to get the long shot, and I don't think I had a full wallet after that.
I mean, my Giant's wallet was never filled, but
I never got a Giant's wallet, so that's part of it.
20 skulls!
Yep.
Oh, I had 16 going into the well.
I had 20 after Jabu, because I had 10 before I even went adult.
I didn't have any sticks in Child Cack, so I didn't get any of those skulls.
I don't think I used a single stick on Skulls and Cack. I think I did it all with explosives.
Well, no, but Arrow already had the bomb bag. He had bomb bag.
Oh, well, that makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, I had the bomb bag. Because I did child shooting gallery. I'm like, well, there goes me thinking I'd be in a nice spot with 30 chews. Oh no, there's a very easily accessible bomb bag. Then after DMC, I'm like, oh, there's another very easily accessible bomb bag.
I was a little tilted after River and Domain came up empty. I just went straight adult and just said screw it.
Yeah, I think River was one of the last things. I think I did River, checked. I played Bolero to check to make sure I didn't need to plant the bean I had.
Oh, I didn't even bother doing that, to be honest. I thought about planting the bean just to have a way to go through Crater, but ended up going against it.
But yeah, that was one heck of a seed. close too. But I'm gonna hop on off of here. GG's
Yeah, me
cause
as well. GG, Arrow.
Hello, I think
good luck in the keep going. Might get a rematch in final.
Easily possible, yes.
Yeah.
It is possible.
Yeah, it's very possible. I just need to not screw up.
Well, good luck to both you, and GG's again on an incredibly fast race.
GG's, everyone.
Yep.
And once again, thank you all. I can't talk words. Thank you all for tuning in for this exciting race. We are going to jump over to Scrubs Central to another Ocarina of Time rando tournament that is already in progress. So thank you all for being here, and we'll see you soon.
Have a good night, everybody.
See y'all.